executing this send. So when we think about the context, before we even start talking about a potential gift you'd like to send or a strategy around sending it, we need to understand the context for this event. So what's the purpose? Where is it located? When is go time? So what's the timeline we're working with in terms of planning this event? When do you need to start sending out a gift? Is it during the event? You just want to be prepared. Maybe it's a post-event send, a thank you. When is go time? Who are you targeting for this audience? What's your budget that you're working within? Are there more teams than just you that are involved in execution? Just as an aside, most campaigns that I plan with customers are most successful, right, when it's a partnership. We hear this all the time, but alignment between your marketing and your sales team to execute these campaign strategies. So who are the teams that are going to be involved in this campaign? How are you going to measure success? And then lastly, what are the tactics that you have at your disposal, the tech stack, to leverage Postal as part of? So when we think about this mix, I guess, this formula, we have our campaign context, and based on that context, there might be reasons why you might choose one gift source over another or one sending strategy over another. So paper plane, right? Paper plane is great when you've got time, you've got a flexible budget, you're looking maybe to ship internationally, you want to have a uniform recipient experience. Maybe a branded experience is important to you and you're looking to create a hands-on unboxing experience. Most of you have used, paper plane in some respect or another as customers, but if you haven't, Paper Plane Agency is an internal agency. They're an extension of your marketing team. You can work with us to create custom swag or kind of an unboxing experience like this visual. Next option could be postal warehousing. So creating kits or bundles. Maybe you have existing swag that you would like to repurpose. Maybe you don't have a huge budget, but you'd like to leverage a branded experience. And lastly, there's our on-demand marketplace. Incredible for running campaigns with quick turnaround when branded elements aren't super important to you, although we do have an increasing number of on-demand branded options that you can use, and when you like to give your recipients choices. Based on kind of where you guys are coming from, the majority of you have been using Postal for more than 6 months, so you're familiar with these 3 ways that you can send gifts via Postal, but quick review just as I will be referencing them throughout the rest of our time together. You can send a gift directly to someone. These are great for surprise and delight campaigns. You do have to have an address, right, to send a surprise and delight gift. We've got magic links, static gift linked. It's a crowd pleaser because it can be sent throughout many different channels, emails, and your marketing newsletters or sales outreach, LinkedIn DMs, texts. You can even put the QR code on branded collateral that you send out or swag. And lastly, personalized gift emails. If you're looking for a more branded, personalized experience, this can be a great go-to. It has a really high open rate, 70%, and it's great for leveraging automations within the Postal Triggers ecosystem. So maybe based on a sales sequence that you're sending out, you want to trigger a Postal gift email after a certain step. Okay, so that's just kind of laying the groundwork, right? This is the foundation that we approach building a campaign. So we'll dive into some of those examples now. So using Postal to boost event registration and attendance. Anytime we're launching that new offline campaign or program, we want to start with the why. What's the purpose? What's the end goal you're trying to achieve? So when we're thinking about events and pre-event plays that we can use Postal, we might want to be using a gift or an offline touchpoint to incentivize registration, build excitement to attend and create FOMO, book meetings, and build brand awareness. So here are a couple offline campaign ideas to leverage. One is a custom local kit. So giving folks that you want to attend an event a taste of what's to come. Whenever, you send out a gift to build that momentum, that excitement, you're kind of creating that environment of you're going to miss out, if you're not here. I'm going to send you this special kit with items that are locally sourced from the neighborhood to get you pumped up to be with us. Another concept could be a conference survival kit. So maybe you've already got people registered, but you want to maximize and optimize for attendance with key prospects, partners, customers, show them that they're a priority, generate excitement with a survival kit. Or you can do a physical invitation. So channeling your inner wedding planner, right? Design a bespoke, one-of-a-kind invitation to send directly to key prospects. Caveat with this one, right, is you got to have the addresses, but you could send directly to offices or do a little bit of recon with True People Search to find those addresses. It's a cost-effective option as well. So going back to kind of our formula, we can dive a little bit deeper into what campaign execution might look like for one of these. So if we're looking at custom local kits, right? Let's say context, we want to drive registration, we want to build excitement for this prospecting event. Based in New York City, we're 4 months out, we've got a flexible budget, and we want to target executives at 100 key accounts. It's a mix of branded and unbranded items. Based on that context, right, might make sense to kick off a paper plane project. And this kit, for example, sources items local to New York City, includes branded options such as a cup. You can include a custom insert card that drives those recipients to a landing page, branded belly band around, just to create that beautiful unboxing experience. Sending strategy, I'd recommend a mix of marketing and sales outreach to offer a gift incentive when key prospects at target accounts register. So you could leverage LinkedIn ads to offer this incentive, drive people to that registration. Marketing newsletters, one-to-one sales outreach. So on your end, it might be creating content for the sales team to execute. And then a couple different ways where you can send that gift out, right? You could use postal triggers to automate when the contacts register for that event. You could tag those contacts in postal to send a group gift email. You could even, create a template for your sales team to send out a magic link if that's the route you want to do. But because this is targeting executives, I recommend, personalized gift email is a great strategy to leverage that branded experience. One other one here, conference survival kits. Maybe, we want to encourage the event attendance. We want to book meetings at the upcoming conference. You have about $100 to work with, and you're going to partner with the sales team to enable your sales reps to book meetings with target prospects in exchange for that gift. You're working on a timeline that's shorter. So in this case, it doesn't make sense to do a paper plane project. You don't have enough time to execute. You could potentially do a postal warehouse kit or a bundle if you have inventory. But honestly, Postal Marketplace is a great place for this. Creating a collection of items. There are lots of great kits that have that kind of survival mode theme. And all of these are kind of fitting in that $75 to $100 range. As far as sending strategy, I think the magic link is probably going to be the best strategy here, especially if you're partnering with the sales reps. The play would be creating magic links for each of your sales reps, ensuring that you have the meeting booking functionality on, so that when the gift is sent to those registrants by the sales reps, in that workflow, they can just book the meeting on the sales reps calendar. You can enable the sales reps to send these via emails or LinkedIn messages, creating a sequence. So that's one other kind of walkthrough for those. All right. Let's talk about during events. So how can we drive engagement using Postal during our events? Thinking about the why we would do this. So generating booth buzz and engagement, leveraging warm connections to book meetings, on the fly, lightning fast follow-up by your SDR team. So here are a couple ideas to drive engagement during events. One, a play of drinks on your sales reps, converting your warm connections that your sales reps are having at your booth or around the conference into meetings in real time. Maybe your sales team, wants to do a drinks on me play, right? So creating a collection of options for a drink. And then in exchange, you're building that booking meeting functionality into it. Got the swag closet in the sky. We have a great postal play-by-play that I'll drop here in the chat for you guys, but I don't know about you. Most field marketers I know have showed up at an event with a suitcase full of swag. They maybe run out of larges in the first 30 minutes and everyone wants larges and you're schlepping all of those mediums back to your garage. Maybe now that you have postal, you're sending them back to the warehouse, which is nice. But this is a play that we do at all of our events. We use QR codes for conference swag. It removes kind of the time-consuming manual logistics of schlepping swag across the country. The pros of this, right? You can take the guesswork out of how many sizes you want to ship to the event and give people the ability to choose what they want. Another plus is, when a booth visitor redeems swag, when they redeem, the QR code, it immediately scans their information. So your SDR team, your sales team, can follow up within an hour of them redeeming the swag versus a week later when everyone else is. So just working on that speed to lead. Con of this is maybe missing out on the instant gratification of a gift, right? Not necessarily leaving the booth with a physical item, but they are leaving, the conference with a gift waiting for them at home. So it's a different play. And then last, booth games and prizes. This is a great option, obviously, to leverage gifts using Postal for prizes at booth games. You can create a collection of swag. You can create a collection of themed items to go along with your booth. Gift cards are great. I would say that people always go for gift cards. They don't have quite as much staying power or memorability, right, as a physical item. So that's something to just weigh as you're thinking about your campaign. And then, the physical gift redemption item takes your prospects right back to that conversation that you were having at the conference. How they felt when, they were talking to you when that gift is delivered to their house. So things to think about. We're going to talk a little bit about one of our customers, LiveVox. They were so kind to share a little bit of a success story. So LiveVox last year, they were making a big splash at their biggest partnership event of the year. The big goal for them was building brand awareness and recognition. They were new in the space, so they wanted to make a splash. They also wanted to book meetings with sales reps post-event, and they wanted just a quick, easy prize for winners at their Curling for Cash themed booth. So this was during the Winter Olympics. They built an amazing booth around curling, and they wanted to leverage Postal as part of the gifts. So the strategy for this was using Postal Marketplace. They used Amazon gift cards, and they actually created probably about 30 different magic links with a total of 5 redemptions each medal, just to have a little more control in case those magic links got into the wrong hands. But they created magic links for prizes and actually printed out the QR code for those magic links onto circular labels. She shipped these, just cheap medals to the conference and stuck the labels on the medals for winners. So when they won at the curling event, they got to redeem the Amazon gift card, and they had a little physical item, like a little medal to take home with them. She also executed a sales follow-up campaign offering a gift in exchange for a meeting. So here are a couple pictures of their event. As I said, just gorgeous. They had 3 different colors for the medals too that just corresponded with the different rings for curling. Huge success, right? Named Best Booth and Show, 140 prizes were given out, and 22 meetings were booked. When I was chatting with my CRO about this, she said, it might be interesting to folks to know that if you break it down to the cost per meeting for this play, it was about $315. So pretty great success for that. One other play with the Magic Link business cards that LiveVox does at all of their events. So they arm their sales team with the Magic Link card. The gift on the Magic Link depends on the event. So for this example, they did a play back in December where they booked meetings for January at an in-person holiday party. So as they were building relationships and making warm connections, they offered their business card to book a meeting. On that business card was a QR code to redeem an item from this collection. So it was a mix of branded items that they had in the postal warehouse and then other holiday-esque items. And of course, Joe always loves to do the Amazon gift card just to give people that choice. Each rep got 25 business cards to hand out at these in-person holiday parties. And, if we look at the business card, it's not anything like super special or design-wise. But the campaign results for this was pretty awesome as well. So they booked 20 meetings in January for their December holiday party circuit for these business cards. All right. Lastly, we've got driving conversions post-event with Postal. The why behind this, right? So continuing that conversation that you've started at these events, building rapport with key stakeholders. Maybe it's you're trying to connect with deals that are in cycle and accelerating those deal cycles to close. Maybe you're starting conversations and want to open opportunities, and always, an opportunity to build brand awareness as well. So here are 3 offline campaign ideas to keep the conversation going. This first one is another play-by-play. For Postal, just dropped it into the chat. You can take some time to read through it. But the idea here was based on everyone who attended an event and redeemed swag. So we had their addresses and we didn't book a meeting with them. This is a play to try to re-engage them. So we sent a branded note card with an offer for a free trial in exchange for an aloe plant. So we sent out this growth goals got you stressed card. It led them to a landing page for a free trial. Once they signed up for that free trial, we sent them an aloe plant as part of the strategy. Another one. This is one I haven't tried yet, but I so want to try it. So if anyone is interested, let me know and we can make it happen. But the idea is creating a custom conference or event-specific insert card to follow up post-event and pairing that with swag that you already have in the warehouse or maybe that you create for this event. And lastly, an executive thank you kit. So building on in-person momentum with a branded surprise and delight thank you gift. So one example, kind of going back to our formula, right? If we look at that branded swag custom insert bundle, maybe it's after the event, right? And you have this list of, let's say you're Joe, right? You have 140 people who redeemed the Magic Link. You want to drive registration with that group of targeted contacts for an upcoming webinar you have with warm leads from the conference. It's 5 weeks out. There's a budget. You have some leftover mugs that you'd like to use. You can think of a play, right, to leverage those mugs and create an insert card to drive registrations for this event. This would be kind of a 2-for-play, right? You could use either a printing vendor that you work with, or Paperplane is able to execute this as well, to create a kind of a branded insert card or postcard with a QR code that's driving folks to that upcoming webinar, and then pair it with a branded swag item. So you're getting kind of the brand awareness play, and you're driving an actionable next step. And again, this would be the idea of sending this direct. The one extra step, if you're executing this right through the postal warehouse, is submitting a warehousing request to build a bundle of those leftover mugs and the insert cards that you would send to the warehouse, to drive those next steps. So just a quick summary, my hope is that one of these campaign ideas, right, sparks an idea that you want to run with. So before events, during events, after events, if you ever, want to run with one of these campaign ideas, this is my job. I'm a free resource for you, to partner with you to run any of these campaigns. It's part of your current subscription. So use me, book time with me. This QR code will lead you to a page where you can book time with me, and we can plan your next offline campaign for in-person events. We do have the next workshop, just a little shout out if you haven't registered for it, on June 1st. We're going to be talking about offline strategies for customer retention. So I have a couple minutes. I can stay after if anyone has questions, but I also recognize it's 2:00. I asked for 30 minutes of your time, and I want to honor that for sure. So thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to future workshops with you as well.